everyone. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. How are you?
Good, good. I have to apologise in advance if you hear any shouting because the football's on.
The football is on.
So I apologise in advance.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry at all. Hi, Steph. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Steph. Hello, Helen.
Oh, Linda found us as well. Great. Oh, I'm glad. And Kate's found us. Brilliant. Yeah, sometimes I think you need to refresh the page and then and we appear. Sometimes Facebook does some very odd things, doesn't it? So
it does.
But we are all here. We're with you this evening. We're going to be doing a bit of scrapping for our cyber crop challenges. But we've got a few things to show you first. Now, Deb, you've got a bit of nostalgia. Look, everybody's looking at that layout going, oh my gosh, this is a blast from the past.
It is a blast from the past, and I keep talking about the layouts that I've done that have averted me to texture, and this is one of them. I mean, what possessed me to cover the letters in beads? I have no idea.
So how old is that layout, do you reckon? How long have you been scrapbooking?
It's got to be
15, 20, 15.
I did a layout for Jenna's 18th, and she's 36 now.
Wow.
So how many years
Jill.
is that?
Hi, Rachel.
That's a lot of years, isn't it? But the beads go into the next one and they damage the previous layout. So I'm very stressed with this. This will have something.
It's a classic. In fact, this week I was going through my old scrapbook albums and the original papers and it was there was no 49er market back then.
I'm going to re-scrap quite a few of mine because they are, I just think that they're just not lovely. They're not beautiful. This one, what possessed me to put beads and wooden hearts on the side?
I love it.
That is causing carnage.
It's an absolute classic. Bit of stitching. We all used to do, and stitching's definitely come back in.
Apart from that, I don't mind it because it's got a nice bit of journaling. It's about your Christmas table, but this is going to have to go.
I love it. Steph says it's a layout of the times. I've used those beads.
Well, the beads are going, Steph, but this is the worst one. This was a UK Scrappers Challenge, and you had to use 3 things that you had at home. Now, what possessed me to use a takeaway tin? I don't know, but I don't know if you can see that.
Takeaway tin.
Is absolute carnage. And then the other thing I found was a necklace. This is mother of pearl beads that stick up and just ram into the, not just one page, but 3 pages behind. And it's just, this is another carnage one. This one will be going.
It's just a classic.
It is not staying in an album.
We've all got layouts from many years ago. Absolute classic.
And love this is going.
It's going. Well, just before we get crafting, I've got just a few things that have come in this week. Oh my gosh, we've got some new goodies. We have had just a few more of these limited edition tote bags. They do fit a 12 by 12 ultimate page kit inside. So that is decorated with the kaleidoscope range. So a few more of those come in. We've been told from 49er Market, once they're gone, they're gone. So those are in stock, £9.99. They're beautiful. Then what else have we got? So we've got this one. We've had the Whatevs collection for a while, but this is the puffy alphas that have come in to to match the collection. Then really quickly, we've got these lovely new Echo Park kits. Hi, Joe. Joe's with us as well. And we've got a Simple Stories graduation. We often get asked about graduation kits. So that one's coming from Simple Stories. A few more new collections from Simple Stories. Pack Your Bags, which I love. Nice royal blues and reds. We've got summer snapshots. This is all ready for those summer trips. I love this. Just beachy kind of citrus. Sorry, I should flip over so you can see some of the stickers. What's in this one? Let's have a look at this. Nice to see this side. I love those titles. They all come with these little strips of words, which are really handy. So that one is called Just Beachy. Then we've got this one. It's Pastel Rainbows, Rainbow Ever After by Lawn Fawn.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
really pretty colours, Kimberly. This one is this is my favourite. Summer Vibes by Echo Park. So this is my kind of colour palette. Oranges, greens. It's not so sort of citrusy, if you know what I mean. I think I prefer this one to, obviously there's lots of summer collections coming out. That one is a
Do you
bit
know
more.
that colour palette reminds me of the Our Story?
Which one? This
The
one?
Summer Vibes, yeah.
Yeah, Our Story had more pinks, I think, but the orange, it goes, it's beautiful.
Yeah, but the basic,
Oh,
like 5 colours.
this will remind you of Our Story because it's telling
Gosh.
our story, which is...
Different colours, though. I think I like those colours. That's nice.
Yeah.
Really
but you
nice.
can see definitely links to the Our Story Matters. This was like take 2, if you like. No, Steph, I'm with you. Pastel and rainbow. No, I'm all for bright. Love this. I've got boys, so this is just my kind of this is my kind of kit. That one is called Imagine That Boy. They do an Imagine That Girl as well. And then we've had lots of these come in the special delivery. So we've got baby boy, we've got baby girl, and then there's a neutral one. So this is a new collection by Echo Park. So those are the collection kits. Then hot off the press, let me hold these up so you can see. We have been working on more of these color swatch charts. So we've had these professionally printed so you can keep them in your tote. And we've colour matched all the distress inks and oxides. So we've got a colour swatch for Wherever. We've got a colour swatch for Vicky Boutin's Discover and Create. I have to say there were so many colours that matched with this collection. And then we've had lots of requests for this. We have colour matched Kaleidoscope. Really beautiful muted tones. So those are on the website. You see I've got alcohol ink spilt on my mat. And then this collection, I think you're going to love, Deb. This is just come in. So we have the Simple Stories Essential Colour Palette. There is loads. Oh, there's some ombre glitter drops that actually go quite nicely. That's Pink Fresh. So let me whiz you through this. So we've got warm tones and cool tones.
They did that with Spectrum Sherbet, didn't they? They had like the pinks and then the blues, didn't they?
They did, the warms and the cools.
Yeah.
So we've got the enamel dots. Then you've just got masses here. So we've got the alphabet sticker book. That just goes with anything, but that is the letters and labels packed full. We have got the designer sticker book. I love this. Look, comes in each of the colour tones.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, that is just heavenly. Yeah. Rachel, we've had a few of the orders coming in for this, and we've got more stock coming because I think it's super popular. So we've got yours in. This is the rub-ons, which is just beautiful, double-sided. So again, I think this would all go with the 49er market. You know, the teal, and then we've got fern, we've got sunbeam, we've got citrus, salsa. I think these would all go with those ranges. These are beautiful. The chipboard stickers. Then we've got bits and pieces. So let me hold these up so you can see. So you've got the butterfly pack. I was thinking for the wreath challenge, which we're working on tonight, those would be nice. I saw somebody in the group had done a beautiful butterfly wreath.
Yes.
I thought that would be lovely. But there's also the bits and pieces. Here, they're beautiful. And then these really chunky chipboard frames, 8 frames.
Oh, then it's nice to have frames that are a bit different. If they've got flowers on, they're
and when I say chunky,
they're
not. I know you don't like too much dimension. They're not actually really chunky. And then this is my favorite, the tags kit. So it's only $6.99. It's 6 papers, but it's actually one of each in these tags. Can you see there? If I hold.
Oh, very nice.
So there's endless possibilities with that one. And then we've obviously got the collection kits. So you've got the ginghams and you've got some of the vintage there, and then you get the sticker sheet. So yes, this is proving popular because I think it's a mix and match type of collection. I think you could buy a couple of bits that would just go with some of the 49 and Market range, for example. So that is that. And then finally, for people who are Lavinia fans, because
there's more.
There is more. God, I'm finished. So I did the live on Monday, which was with our lovely Lavinia stamps. We've had the whole new range of the beautiful Lavinia stamps. Look at that tiny little fairy. I just need my hands on that.
That's so cute.
We quite like these, the bridges. So there's there's this one I particularly like, which is 865 Sacred Bridge. Then there's this one, the sort of Tree of Life. We have got little sentiments that you can put over the top of the bridge. And then we've got the sticker stencil. So these have proven really popular. They are bottle shaped, so you can use your inks to blend. I want to try one of the bottles, actually. I've got my eye on one of these to be able to create a 3-dimensional bottle and put a little fairy inside. So something a bit different. If you're a card maker or you like mixed media, we did on Monday, we did a little live demo, didn't we, Deb, playing with this?
I got, this is mine. I did.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Fairy. Yeah, we had fun, didn't we?
We had fun on Monday, didn't we? So that's it. Show and tell done. Show and tell done. It has been busy. Lots and of course we've got coming also the new ranges from 49 and Market, which is ochre, which is a beautiful sunny yellow colour, and Crafty Garden. And
also on the 15th we have something else that we can go live with, don't we? We have the I think people know that they're coming, don't they?
They do. So we've got the 49 and Market and Sizzix stamps and dies. They are beautiful, beautiful. So those will be released on the 15th of April, won't they, Deb? We've already got them in stock.
We're not allowed to show them or sell them before
until the 15th. So they will go live on the morning of the 15th, which is very exciting indeed. So that's it. Show and tell done. How is everybody else doing? We've got lots of people with us. People been taking part in the Cyber Crop challenges. We've
had some fabulous challenges, haven't we? I think
we have. The albums have been filling up, haven't they?
Yeah, they're looking really good.
And I've seen some of you have been out enjoying this little bit of extra time off, if you get some time off in the school holidays.
Oh, but it's raining again. Is it raining again with you? It's just endless rain.
We have had some rain. And my brother got married on Tuesday, so we did have 2 days off to enjoy a family wedding, and even they had rain at 4 o'clock. They managed to get a few photographs outside, and then the rain set in, but it was still a fantastic day. Oh, Steph, you've been out in York today. Yeah.
A dry day. Gosh, you were lucky.
Oh, Kate, you've been doing all the challenges. It's great. So much inspiration. We've still got a couple more days to go, haven't we?
Yes. So what are you doing, Faye?
Right. So I'm doing Sarah's challenge, which is to use a wreath. But I thought, well, there's lots of circle wreaths, and I know you're working on a circle wreath. I found this gorgeous paper in my stash, and I actually had lots of other bits that coordinate with it. So I've got, this is Simple Vintage Weathered Garden, and I've had it in my stash for a while, sort of muted tones. But this was one of the background papers, and I've got some of these lovely coordinating pieces. Look at that. That's beautiful. So I'm going to try this one, and I'm going to do a bit of a heart wreath. So something a bit different. I fussy cut some bits. I couldn't decide whether to fussy cut this heart out, but actually, because it was on this wood background, I just liked it as it was. I thought it was too nice to cut up.
Oh, that's far too nice to cut up.
Oh, you've had rain all day in Devon, Helen. Oh,
It's just never ending, isn't it?
It is. We want some of that nice spring sunshine to arrive so that we can all get out and enjoy it. Definitely. To get some of that nice warm sunny weather coming. Right, so it's a little picture. So what are you working on there, Deb? That's looking great.
Flowers, but I've got a little bit of foam, but I should have got out my embossing tool, and I don't know where it is. So I'm just winging it really with something else. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm just trying something else just to give it a bit of 3D-ness.
3D-ness. Love that. So I was trying to think, I fussy cut some bits here because I want to make this, as it's a heart wreath, I just want to make it a bit more three-dimensional. So I fussy cut some bits and I'm going to foam this up to give it a bit of dimension.
Well, I'm debating actually now just inking the edges to give it a little bit more
definition.
What they look like. Might try red because I
3D-age. I love it. 3D-age. Oh, I'm catching up on YouTube as well. Vicky's with us on YouTube. Oh, Vicky said she'd been looking back at some of the old art journals and how the style has changed. I do that. I've got some art journals from back in the day.
That doesn't bother me as much though. It's the space, and I'm thinking I've got so much. I just want it to be nice to look at. And today the Toblerone said he wanted to look at Grandma's special books. So we've had my scrapbooks out. He loves it. He loves looking at them.
Yeah. My little one does as well. It's so nice. And I am committing myself to using some of, I have my Fox box arrived today and I am determined. And I thought, oh, that just, the colour goes perfectly. So I am, yes, making sure I de-stash. Oh, Joe says, when is your grandchild due, Debbie? Little one has arrived.
She has arrived. Princess Pearl arrived not last Friday. Not last Friday, the Friday before.
And that's the nickname, isn't it? By the way, the nickname is Princess Pearl out of Zog because that's what your grandson was calling her.
Yes.
Which is the cutest thing ever.
He's got over her real name not being Princess Pearl. He's okay with that.
He's okay with that now.
But yeah. So she's a week, nearly, well, tomorrow she'll be 2 weeks old. Gosh.
Honestly, it's gone so quickly.
I think I am going to ink because I quite like...
I think I like the inking.
And I'm inking in red.
That brick background paper. How cool is that?
Yes. I thought that would work.
That works very well. Now, I am picking some of these stickers. I love some of these. I like these hearts. I was thinking I could tuck, basically adding the detail to this lovely wreath. You are loved. Because our little doggy is certainly loved. She is just...
Is that Kenny?
This is our Kenny dog.
Oh, she's just lush.
She is, isn't she?
She is just so
soppy.
Lovely. Yeah. She just adores everybody, doesn't she? She's just...
Yes. And she will also come and sit on your feet, as you well know.
Yes.
Now, I don't want these wings to be sticky, so this sounds a bit mad, but I'm sticking it on a piece of paper and cutting it out because I want it to be 3D. And if it's sticky...
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to just really quickly fussy cut.
Or you could put a one-sided 3D foam dot underneath and not take the other sticky off. I do that sometimes. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes. So that if it touches the... What do you mean? So if it touches the...
So if you put the sticky side on the underside of the wing, if you don't pull the other bit back, it won't stick to the paper, but it'll still make it stand up 3D-ish.
Oh, what a genius thing.
Well, sometimes it just comes out.
Sometimes you just have these best ideas, Deb. Whereas I've done my fussy cutting and it's all a bit wonky. So I'm just...
Well, you want somebody to know you did it, don't you?
It's got to look handmade.
Yeah. Handcrafted.
Handcrafted. Yeah, I just wanted to bring.
No, I didn't make the background paper. I bought it. I think it was in a paper pad. It might have been the Works. But it was one I liked.
That.
Yeah.
In fact, just come in stock, because I do obviously order things that I know I like and would use. We've got the Tim Holtz stencils, which is like a distressed brick effect, because recently so often I wanted to create a brick effect background. I know I've used my embossing folders, but actually
I love the brick ones. Is it Craft Consortium do papers as well? The brick
they
papers.
do. There, we've got those in stock, the 12 by 12.
Those are lovely.
Brick, and they are like proper, distressed bricks. Lovely.
And they do rainbow wood as well, don't they? That's beautiful.
The beach huts, which I know Steph's got, that is fabulous. The rainbow woods. Steph says, if it's a bit too sticky, you can just stick it on your jumper a few times and reduce the stickiness. That's a really good idea.
I do that with the cutting mats for the scan and cut.
Yeah.
Normally I do it with a tea towel because it's got less dust and bits.
Just get a bit of the lint off it, just not too much. Right, so I'm putting a few 3D butterflies here. A few here. One more maybe there. This is coming along. It's quite a simple layout, but it doesn't need too much. And I might even start another one in this same collection to do another challenge from the Cybercrop, I think. Oh, hi Jocelyn. Jocelyn's with us on YouTube as well. And Vicky says, congratulations on the arrival of Princess Pearl.
Oh, thank you, Vicky.
Oh.
I will show you some pictures when I see you.
Yeah. Well, we've got a busy weekend next weekend because we're taking the mobile shop to Crop in the Country, aren't we? So we've got a busy one planned.
We'll be very busy.
We've had lots of pre-orders coming in, so that's wonderful. Yeah, so I committed to this Cybercrop to using some of these lovely perspectives I have, to use up some. Because Debbie was de-stashing and I'm like, oh, Debbie, I would like some of those bees.
Well, Debbie they're here for you.
To de-stash, and before she put any on to sell, I was like, oh, yes, let me take those off your hands. Because the mini bees are my favourite.
Yeah, they're very cute, but you know my issue. And
with the 3D-ness.
Yeah.
Whereas
the 3D is just too thick for me.
This is my issue.
Oh.
Oops. This is how much I've got to use, okay? In my lovely new acrylic, tub. So yeah, thanks for that. So when I say I'm buying some of yours, I'm like, oh, I do have a whole tub full to use already. But you can never have too many things.
No.
Of this loveliness that makes us feel happy.
The reason I'm using this was a die I bought from somebody at the last Crop in the Country, and I thought I am going to use it. Good. And prove to myself that I bought it for a reason.
You did need it, exactly. Yes. You bought it for a reason. Well, I think that, look, it's a wreath, but it's a little heart wreath. So it's a wreath with a difference. And I think that's just a different take on the challenge. So the other one, right, there's several, because there's challenge 2 was to scrap yourself.
Yeah, I ended up doing kind of both on, because I did a flower and leaf wreath, and then I scrapped a photo of us with Denise, so I kind of covered 2 on that one. So I thought I'd just do a proper wreath.
Yeah. So, and the other challenge that I might give a go is challenge 4, which is jewels, which is the tic-tac-toe. So you've got loads of options on this. I'm thinking 2 or more photos, some mixed media and some splats, because that sounds up my street, or some fussy cutting, some stenciling and some stitching. So you've got to do a diagonal or a crisscross or a, yeah. Now I am tempted to use this beautiful paper. Oh, challenge 2, scrap yourself and to try and include a stencil. So that could be a good one as well. I want to try and get as many of these challenges done as I can. And this kit has got some lovely papers, and I can definitely use up a bit more of this. And look, I'm trying to use some more of these. I thought this might work. So this is this kind of buff colour, so I always try and choose. Mind you, some people said they colour these with Sharpies, so you can colour them if they don't quite match.
Now I have had these forever, really forever.
Yes. Oh, you're going to try? Yes.
Yeah. I am stash busting. And if I'm not busting it, it's going.
Yeah.
Unless I really love it.
Very green. That's very green. Maybe that's a bit too green. I could stick with the doggy theme, because I've got another picture of my dogs. This is kind of very outdoorsy. Or I've got a title, Cozy Days. This is very autumnal, this paper. I can get the little pokey tool here. Once you hook the edge, we're okay.
Right, and I have got some little like acetate butterflies as well. I don't know if that will work. Might be. Oh. Just checking all the things.
Darker brown, this one.
This is when I want one of those trays where I can put everything out so I can see it.
Oh, yes. IKEA trays, aren't they?
No, they are Hobbycraft, and the lovely Rachel said next time she goes,
she's going to grab us
one. Yes.
Well, that's very lovely, isn't it? So we've got these lovely butterflies. I could fussy cut those and do something, because it was, if I think the scrap yourself, I'd need to find a photo of myself, which I did go through my photos, and it's very hard to find a photo of myself. Yeah, Gwen, if you've got one of those Hobbycraft trays, we've seen them at the crop. We are very impressed with those. So I could build something. We'll just see with some of these lovely pieces, because there's so many lovely elements here that you could, like that gingham's also nice. Cut around the wing part and lift it up, but there's, oh yes, to make them a bit 3D-ish. So are you thinking like make some of these a bit 3D stuff? That could work. I'm up for ideas, because as you can see, I haven't planned this, so this is completely winging it, because my first layout was very quick. But I just feel like this background paper is so lovely that it seems a shame not to use. Oh, Rachel says she's got one for us. That would be great, trays. You are so kind. Yeah, when you want to tip out all your ephemera bits, it's just what you need. IKEA definitely do some great stuff. I keep eyeing up the Raskog carts because I just think they're so good but I just don't have the space. Like, oh, I could use one of those and fill it with all my stash, but I don't necessarily have the practical space. Right, so there's one wing. Oh, yes. And what I might do then is put a little bit of the pattern paper behind so that I get... Oh, that's a great idea, Steph. Look, see, inspired. That's why we craft with friends.
I'm just trying to find...
Oh, now, what are those leaves you've dug out there, Deb?
Well, they're acetate, but I don't know whether they might look quite good poked out.
You are definitely doing some stash busting. Is this where you've been sorting through some of your stuff?
Yes, yes. And I have a lovely picture of Princess Pearl, so I think I'm going to use that one.
Oh, look. How scrummy is that?
Very scrummy.
Very scrummy. Jocelyn says, I like that you said winging it. Yeah, excuse the pun. Oh, dear. And Vicky says, need to set up a folder to sell stuff. So, yes, for our May weekend crop.
Oh, I have. I've already
You've done yours,
in it.
Vicky says she needs to set one up herself.
Ah, yeah.
For all her stuff. And in fact, I need to do one myself because I'm determined to do a bit of stash busting.
Do you think that these leaves and then a few green butterflies would work?
I do, because I think the green tones with the pinks is lovely.
Yeah, I do. And there's that lovely green butterfly I've got as well. So if I think if I put that there, I'm not convinced about these. They're all too bright for me. No, it doesn't go with.
And it doesn't go with your photo.
Doesn't go. No.
But the muted greens do.
Yes.
Yes, Steph's got the inspired ideas. That's why either go into a crop or cropping online or so, you get so many ideas. Sometimes when I get sort of stuck, just a little idea. And I quite like the idea that I could put a little bit of scrap pattern paper underneath to poke through. I have to say this craft knife is just also genius. That is looking great. Genius. And Steph, I'm going to give your challenge a go as well. I saw that was posted. That was on Tuesday when I was at my brother's wedding. So really creative idea with all those sort of inspirations from Easter eggs. So like Bounty is to use sort of tropical inspired ephemera. I think it's some great ideas.
But Bounty, who would ever want a Bounty Easter egg?
Oh my gosh, I love Bounty.
Oh, I can't stand Bounty.
Oh, it's like my favourite. It's a bit like Marmite, isn't it? But
yeah, they're always the chocolates that get left in the tin.
Oh,
the coconut ones. They're always blue, aren't they? They're always left in our house.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah,
I'll bring them to you next time.
Yeah, bring me the Bounties. I love the Bounties, the coconut. Vicky asked about this. So we've done a bit of research because we tried to get these. They are hard to come by, but they are by Fiskars. And so you just have to hold it. So as a grip, it's just so good. But we looked online and there was one that had a very wobbly blade and that wasn't very good. But
no,
friends of ours managed to track this one down. So I'll see if I can find out, Vicky, and we'll let you know when we're next at a crop because
we can't get them through our
suppliers,
online suppliers, because it's export restricted, which is very annoying.
Now I'm gonna. This is random. So I've got I don't know if anybody goes to old bookstores or you get your hands on old maps, Vicky, this will be right up your street because I'm sure you've got a whole host of these old. So this is music paper. And the reason I've got this out is I'm making confetti cones for my wedding in July, because I thought, oh, you could buy these online. No, I don't want to buy them online. I can definitely make these myself and decorate them. So I've got my music paper to hand, and I'm wondering, as it's this kind of style, look, I could mat just a bit of underneath. Very nice. Vicky's got a whole, so I thought you'd have a whole selection of this lovely music paper.
Yeah, so I've got music paper, I've got children's music books, I've got old reading scheme books. Do you remember the Roger Red Hat? Yeah, I've got all sorts. Oh, I've got vintage dictionaries. Oh yeah, it just could be they are beautiful.
So many ways. Oh, Kate, do you play the piano? She's like, don't cut up. Handel's Soul. This is a bit of Bach. I mean, I'm
afraid I have.
I used to sing, and I could sight read all the music. I did all my exams back in the day. Now I just cut them up for scrapbooking. I'm going to put tiny little glue around the edge of this. Yeah, Jill said this cutting of the wings would work with a lot of the 49er market papers. They had beautiful, like, rainbow wings designs, and this technique would definitely work for this really well. So I want to lay this down here, but I need to trim the bottom because I'm going to have to put an extra piece down there. It's not very tidy. Just so you get the gist. Right, let's see what that looks like, and then I can put an extra bit there. Oh yes, nice bit of music notes under there.
I did buy a book that I couldn't cut up, and I was going to, and then I couldn't, and that was Shakespeare. I just couldn't do it.
I think Kate, like that with music paper, it's like if you're just feel like, no, don't cut it up. I must admit,
I used to think, oh, should I scan it and then print it? And then I thought, no, it's ridiculous because it is getting loved.
I used to be in musicals and do lots of musical theatre, and I have got scripts that obviously I perform parts in. I've still got those kept safely because they are sentimental and they do carry a lot of memories. I've got to put that straight. That was irritating me that the music notes were wonky. It's not quite long enough. That's it. Right, I think we've done it. What a great idea. Thank you, Steph. Yeah, it does look nice under the butterflies. I have used old maps, and it's similar. I feel like really bad cutting them up, but the effect it gives, as long as it's not something that's sentimental. And this one I literally just picked up from maybe a charity shop or something like that. And it was all this, you can see all the, it's literally falling apart. I've got a couple of really old books like this. I've got one also that's old paper like this, but with Chinese writing, and that is beautiful. It's got that really, if you've got Oriental style papers, then that's a nice change. Right, let's see what we're going to do with this. So I think we've decided these dog pictures of my two dogs, because actually it will go nice as a, you know, they do a sort of double layout where you can put the two side by side. They're complementing because they're from the same collection, so it's quite nice to have a pair of photos as well.
Vicky said she didn't know you did musical theatre.
I did. In fact, I'll have to show you some photos. So all started back in my childhood years playing Annie, and then I was the Artful Dodger, and then I played Lola in Copacabana, and then I was Ado Annie in, and then I've done Calamity Jane, you name it. I've got photographs from back in the day. I shredded the boards. I was a big musical theatre fan, and then kind of job and life took over.
I did all that in school. We did Sound of Music in school. Was
Yeah,
was
I
Mr.
did.
Dinham there when you were there?
No.
No. Oh, Mr. Dinham was just fantastic. He
Fantastic.
was he's amazing, and he was like the music teacher, and he organised everything, and he was so talented, and he played the organ at my mum and dad's wedding.
Oh wow. When I was at secondary school, so I played Audrey in the Little Shop of Horrors, and then I was Nancy in Oliver. So as a 9-10-year-old child, I was the Artful Dodger because I was a bit like a tomboy, and then when I was 18, I was Nancy. So I've gone played two completely different parts.
Wow. I was too small to be a nun in the Sound of Music. Had to be one of the children.
Oh, thank you, Helen. Helen says both layouts are looking lovely. Thank you. Yeah, I love a bit of musical theatre. And I used to collect the DVDs and magazines that my mum used to buy me every month. It must have cost her a fortune. You know, back when and Debbie's just decluttered all her DVDs.
Well, I've put them into cases, and I bought a case that held 400 DVDs, and I had to buy another one.
My gosh. Wow. Yeah, so I've definitely got photos of musical theatre, but you know, it's back in the day where it wasn't digital photos, so unless I've got the originals, I have got some, you know, back on VHS when it used to do the recordings on a DVD.
Well, I've got a video of when you taught at school where Jenny went, and you did a musical drama club. Oh, she loved that. She come home as Miss Birth and this, and she was like, yeah, absolutely loved it.
I do remember we wrote a play.
Yeah.
We wrote and performed our own play back in the day. Isn't it fun? It's like, yeah, you often find crafters have got similar hobbies. It's like other things that complement, or
I think we're creative people because we've also found out that a lot of people are involved with children in some way.
Yeah, in some way, yeah. It sort of goes. I've put a little bit of that music note paper here. I'm going to ink some of that and distress it up a little bit. I'm kind of using all these little cutter parts here to kind of make some tags. I quite like that. I mounted, so on this layout, I use some of that gingham paper. I might use some of that again and mount my photo on some of that because it does, the colours go nicely. Maybe a thin, seeing what bits I might want to use. Oh, that wreath is coming along, Deb. That's looking beautiful.
I'm just wondering if stamping it would make it a bit.
The green and the pink is definitely a.
Do you think that works?
Yeah.
It's easier than inking.
Yeah. And actually, the green does pop against the pink. Right.
I'm not sure I like that. I think I'm going to punch some. I have got some punches here. Let's see.
Right. So I'm creating a clusterage.
Oh, we love a clusterage.
Know how we love a clusterage. Thing is, I was on this tic-tac-toe. I've gone completely right. 2 or more photos, no, because I've only got one, unless I find another little picture of the dogs.
Let's be fair. There's no challenge police here.
Oh, actually, I could do fussy cutting, because this is fussy cutting. I can add some stenciling, and then I can add stitching. Yes, then that would be challenge included. Let's get sticking some of this down. Oh, Vicky, you write poetry as well and short stories. Love that. I never had much confidence in my writing, but something I enjoyed but didn't have a lot of confidence with.
Yeah, and I perhaps didn't get a lot of encouragement either.
Yeah.
You know, in school, it's a very personal thing, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got to be confident in your own style, haven't you? And just enjoy the creative process.
Or it's getting it received in a certain way, isn't it? Because sometimes if nobody tells you it's good, you just won't bother again, will you?
Yeah. And you've got to believe it's good yourself as well.
Yeah.
In your own sort of, that's how the great authors start. I wish I had a bit more time to read. Quite a lot of people who like crafting enjoy reading.
Yeah, I always read before I go to sleep.
You
always.
do? Yeah.
I'm not saying how much I read, because sometimes it's one line.
And your eyes are shut.
Yeah.
So you've got all the best of intentions and then you're gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Cozy Days or Gather. I think Gather, the tones go more with the paper. That's a very dark brown, which goes with the photo but doesn't quite complement. So we'll go with Gather, because I can put some other sentiments here. Oh, Steph said she's a reader. Yeah, something very relaxing. I think it is about getting into the habit of it, isn't it?
And for you, it's about time, isn't it? You just haven't got the time, have you?
No, but as you say, it's more of a routine. If you're going to bed and reading a little bit before you go, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. Right, I'm going to use one of my favourite. This is one of my favourite caravels. This is like a script stencil. It's not even, it's not even what I would call words, but it just... What does écriture à la plume mean?
Writing with a feather.
Oh! There we go. So it is that kind of writing. I just really love it. So I'm going to do a bit of stenciling here. Let's see if gathered twigs is the right. I think that...
It might mean ink pen, actually. La plume is a feather, but it might mean writing with an ink pen. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yes.
But if you directly translate
but
it,
I
it's
think
writing
it is with a feather, almost like a quill, like
yes,
it's like that quill effect. It's lovely. I'm going to swap out. So I've decided, let's see what people think. Rather than Distress Oxide, I'm going to go across to a Distress Ink, because I don't want it to be so heavy. And I'm going to lighten the brown, because I was using Gathered Twigs here, which is a very dark brown. I might try Antique Linen.
Yeah, I'm using Distress Ink with the red, and it just adds a really light.
So I found, I mean, Distress Oxides are my go-to.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't want something too heavy. Antique Linen. So I've got Antique Linen and tea dye. Let's go something very light. because you can add more, but you can't take it away. And I think something like antique linen is going to be enough for my bit of stenciling. Oh, yes. Something subtle.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, yes. I think if I would have gone in too heavy with the oxide, that would have been too much. So that's my bit of stenciling, which will go just there. And then that's just enough. I might bring a tiny little bit more stenciling down here to come out the bottom. Add a bit more detail. That's enough. Yes. Perfect. Along there. So has anybody else got any crafty plans for the weekend? Seems we've all a bit out of sync with the
I'm
Easter.
going to a knitting exhibition with Mum.
Are you? Lovely.
Yeah.
Where's
It's
that?
only up the high street, so it's
Oh,
very easy to
nice.
get to. And yeah, we're going to have a nice time.
Take some photos. Is it where
Yeah.
people show their work and things?
I don't know. It's the first one that's
That
been
you've
done.
done?
There's a lovely lady who's started in a very small place, and she's moved on to the high street now, who she's opened a wool shop, and I think she's organised it, or she's part of it. But yeah, it should be very nice.
Should be good.
Yes.
Love that.
Looking forward to it.
Jo says she reads in the summer. Yeah. So when you're out in the sunshine, yeah, led on a sunbed. That's probably the only time I read, is if I go away.
Yeah.
Well, it was when I didn't have children, but now
Yeah.
there isn't much of an opportunity to lie and relax on a sunbed, but that's okay. I'm good with that. That's all.
Yeah, and when ours were younger, I mean, I hardly read at all.
Yeah. Exactly. And Kate says she's a reader, got a Kindle on her phone. I'm actually going to ask for a Kindle for my birthday, I've decided, in July, because
I love my Kindle.
I just think that's a great idea, and then you can take a whole selection of books. And
well, when I go on holiday, if I'm on holiday for a week and I read a book a day, that's an awful lot in your luggage.
Yeah.
But I mean, normally I do a book a day. So if you take your Kindle,
wow,
you
then
can
you've
have
got
how many books. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Right, I'm wondering about colouring these green, just to have a little bit of. Let's see if I can ink them.
Don't like that one. See,
Right,
so we're going to have the word
green.
gather. And then, so I quite like some of these. Grateful Heart. I'm just wondering, out of these, would this work? No. I was thinking it would have been quite cool to have these words pinging out, but
No?
doesn't quite work. Gather. Filled with joy. That works. And then I'll stick my title here. Oh, that is looking great. Oh, I haven't peeled off the backing on this. Get the back off. just seems like an hour of crafting goes so quickly. That's why a 6-hour crop is gone in a flash.
Oh, is it? Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock.
I know. The time flies when you are having fun.
I think wreath-wise that's probably enough, and I'm going to glue my leaves.
Yeah, I'm just gluing my title down here. Then I can always add a few more bits. But this sticker sheet is just beautiful. Florals. I mean, you could just keep...
Which sticker sheet is that, Faye?
So this came with the Weathered Garden collection.
Ah.
And obviously, I mean, I find stickers sometimes harder because I like to place things, and obviously once they're stuck, they're stuck. You are committed to it. But sometimes you can mount them on cardstock, can't you, if you're not so sure? And that gives you a bit more flexibility to move stuff about. To add, you know, clusterage or 5.
Well, we love a clusterage, don't we?
Exactly, we do. Every little thing. Keep adding. Can I put that there? Oh, Steph, is this a genius invention I need to know about? A powder tool to remove the sticky, and then you can stick down when you're ready. Because sometimes I avoid buying these stickers because I don't like the fact that you can't just place them. But if there was some sort of tool to...
You could do that with a bit of talcum powder, couldn't you?
Yeah, but I just worry about talc, and it's a bit fragranced, and it's a bit...
Yeah.
Don't want to put talcum powder on a layout.
It'd smell very nice.
It would smell beautiful. Right, I'm nearly done. You know what I'm like? I could keep adding here because I'm like, oh, this little floral, this would all tuck behind here quite beautifully.
I think I'm going to end up adding more leaves all around.
Yeah, and I think I'm about done with these. There's a few more little bits I might add here. Yeah, that's a few little bits of class. There we go. I think that is more or less done, but I'm loving the 3D leaves. So the only thing I've got to add, so I've got fussy cutting, stenciling, and I'm going to add a little bit of stitching, which might be just a couple of, you know, you can put like 3 or 4 little crisscrosses, or 3 or 4 little crisscrosses here. I think a little bit of stitching could just...
In fact, I found that in my 3D layout with the beads. I had a little bit of stitching.
I love it.
Just saying.
Just saying. Steph's going to find the name and let me know. Thank you, Steph, because I think that could be quite a handy little tool for when I'm using stickers. So we got 2 from this collection so far. I'm sure this is an older collection that I've had in my stash for ages, but I really like it. It is perfect for this kind of photo. So I think that is us done. We're just past 9 o'clock. It's flown by. That is looking beautiful, Debbie.
Is that?
Little Princess Pearl. Oh, it's lovely. And Jocelyn says bye on YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
And thanks for joining us, everyone, on Facebook. We're back next week, aren't we, Deb?
We are back next week.
So we'll see you then.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Take
Thanks
care
for joining
all.
us. Bye.
Bye. Bye.